What is up, everyone? I'm Jason, this is the Freeburg Garage, and we are on the path from the 883 to 1275. Let's get to it. If you see my last videos and putting this motor together on this side of it, there was a textured black cam cover, and I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it was gonna match with the jugs well, and the heads came out great, but just didn't really set well with me. And then I went to go torque down the bolts and started cracking the paint. So I was just pretty frustrated trying to get this cam cover to match with the black. I was gonna powder coat it, but then there was pieces on the inside. It was just a whole mess that I didn't want to have to deal with. So I just went back to the good old classic, which is stripping the paint down, sanding it down all the way up to like a 3000 grit, and then buffed and polished my way to get this type of look. I'm stoked. That's obviously, if you haven't seen the other videos, I cut this down as well. Everything's smoothed out, real nice, easy to touch, nothing sharp on it. I'm stoked, so I hope you guys like it. I think the ARP bolts now match way better with the motor and the whole deal. All right, so we got a little bit of a pop now, a little bit more jewelry, a little more bling to the motor, and we'll see what we do with the derby cover, maybe possibly to match it. So that's that, if you're wondering why the cam cover has changed. Now, we're getting into the jugs. So if you didn't get your heads matched with Hammer's machining, then you would actually have to do the squish clearance on these jugs. But luckily, I did the whole package, so they sent me my jugs to match already with my heads. Saves a lot of headache, especially if you're trying to do this side and then do the head work, and then you gotta go back. There's a lot that goes into trying to deck the heads to match the jugs. So it was just proper way to do it was to have them do the whole deal and not try to be a machine shop in my own garage and try to match it up. Just be a whole type of nightmare going into it. All right, so we're gonna pull these bags off. We're gonna get the heads all untaped because they are still taped from when I paint them. I've shot them so many times because I wanna have a thick coat of that black textured paint that was just like this cam cover. And those should hopefully come close to matching it, all right? So let's get over to the jugs, or let's go over to the heads, and let's get this assembled. So here's the first head we gotta remove the tape from. It's been a long time, so let's see how encased this tape is. Hoping that it is not in the spots we don't want it, and it comes off relatively easy, because these were not fun to tape off. A lot of spots you don't want paint, a lot of areas, surface areas, a lot of inside parts. We did not want to mess with that. So I made sure that we were taped off very well. Some good masking tape from my painting supplies. It worked out pretty well. So we'll pull that off here. Very nice, awesome, looks good. Let's get our plugs here for the insides pulled out. For our push rods to go through. All right, gonna need some pliers here. There we go. Cleaned everything good on the inside. Did its job there. Let's get our outside here on our valves. Everything still looks very clean. It's awesome. There that goes, and still want to make sure that we don't peel the wrong way, take off paint. Inside still look clean, everything looks good. And we are going to need to pull off now where our head bolts are going to go into. Awesome. Okay, that looks nice. Came out the way I hoped. Thought it doesn't always happen that way. And we're gonna pull off now the top ones as well. Trying to keep the paint as nice as possible so that we don't knock any paint off that we don't want to remove. This head looks great. Sweet. So that one is ready to go. Let's pull off our second one here. As far as the other taped off areas, I'm actually gonna wait until we are actually on the bike because it's still covering up good spots that won't be covered until we get fully installed on the frame itself. intake, exhaust, so there's no point to remove that, and the spark plug to go in, okay? If you're wondering why I didn't powder coat these, one, I wanted to match the jugs. Jugs are still original to Harley, which are still Buell. They're Buell jugs that Hammer uses, and I chose black because I figured black, they're gonna vapor blast this, and it looked great. Well, when the heads came in, they were not fully vapor blasted, just the spots they needed to get the work done. Didn't know that. I thought they were gonna do it. I've had heads done before, and they vapor blast the whole head and the jugs as well. Comes out, looks out great with the natural finish. So in this case, I was gonna powder coat these, and Hammer Performance pretty much said, yeah, don't do that, because if the powder coating doesn't know what they're doing as far as covering up the right spots, then you'll get it down the road of getting all that little fiber, sand, and everything in spots we don't wanna get into. And that was a big no-no on my side to wanna have to do that. So essentially, my only option was to leave it the way it was. It's pretty nasty. Or go through all the work and labor to tape all this off, spray paint it multiple times, and actually match the jugs on the bike. Because I was also afraid that if I powder coated it, it wouldn't match the jugs for the most part. So long story, if you're wondering why and how to do that, this process is also done at the dealerships. They use the same black to match the jugs if you have them, that textured black. All right. Let's look around, make sure we are good to go. I mean, it should be, but you never know. You cover stuff up, you start painting stuff, you don't know what gets into what, and it gets a little sketchy at that point, but looks great, taped off great. Happy with it all, just gotta get our pain in the butt. Tape here, out, there you go. Should've just pushed them through that. 10 times easier. Pretty much ready to rock and get this on the bike. One of the key components of getting these heads on together and making sure they're right is making sure we get the right gaskets. And we're using Cometic head gasket. It is a 3-layer sandwich riveted together gasket. These things are beautiful. If you are putting your motor together, go with these. Do not skimp and go with the Harley Davidson ones. If you go with those, you have a chance that you could leak, but these are pretty much almost guaranteed not to leak as long as you install them correctly by also the torque sequence that Cometic has. It's different from the factory manual, so always pay attention to that side of things. But we have 2 things we need to watch out for, right? We got these 2 rivets, which is stated that we need to make sure that they are not in the way from allowing the head to be squished onto the cylinders. So if it is, then we're gonna have to pull the head off, and then we will grind those off and smooth them out, make sure that we have enough clearance. Hopefully we don't. It's got a little nice touch. You know, when you see that the head has that, you know it's been built correctly with the right gaskets, or built incorrectly because maybe someone didn't do it right. I don't know. But either way, I love these gaskets. These are the way to go. So if you're wondering which way and why we're doing it. Now, also, if you are using the original Harley gaskets on here, on the dowels up here, you would have to use the O-rings. You do not have to use those with this stout gasket, okay? So let's get these on and start getting this fitted. Let's get the new heads on without scratching any of the paint, and it just magically works together. It's just ever so slightly on there. Gonna run a couple of the head bolts to make sure it does not move. So I was about to install these counting bolts, and they have like that aluminum finish, but they're zinc coated. So we have steel bolts with zinc coating. We're gonna see if we can polish these up to match the rest of the bolts and still have that nice look to it. May not be perfect, but see if it's got a little better pop before we put these in the motor and make sure that it's all good to go. So probably should make this clear. If you're gonna buff zinc that is coated with metal, if you use a chemical, you could potentially eat through that zinc coating. We had a buffing compound, so I was able to actually get these cleaned up. So here's our before, and here's our after. Boom. Nice and shiny, all right? The poor man's way to stainless steel or chrome. There we are, zinc now to polished, all right? These are good to go to get on the head, and we can start bolting away. 2 longest ones go in the middle, and we want to get these hand tight, and they're tight up against the jugs So we want to get these a bit wiggled around so they fall into the cylinder and don't cross thread these at all here. That should be fun. Beautiful. All right, we got the one there. And you know what? I'm gonna get this other cornered one up here so that this lays flat. Okay, that one's good there. Do the same back here. Okay, we got that one there. And get our front one going here. Okay, all right. Let's work on the next head here. We got a different angle and we are doing the front cylinder now. So let's pull this off. Got our bolts all ready. Nice and clean on the inside. Put our gasket on there and make sure everything looks good when we put this on. Should be. Shouldn't have any surprises. Good there. Try to slip over our first bolt here. So the head sequence on this is pretty simple. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. But this has to go into 5 stages of foot-pounds, starting off with 9 foot-pounds on the first round. So let's get this tightened down. Make sure we're actually on our right one. So I want to do the foot-pounds and the whole motor wants to shift and move around. It's heavy, but not heavy enough to keep the foot-pounds on the stand like this without the stand being permanently fixed somewhere. So I ratchet strapped around my whole toolbox thinking that that would work, but it doesn't want to grab enough onto the stand. So I'm either gonna have to move the stand up so I can get that nice triangle and have the whole ratchet strap sit down, or I'm gonna have to think of something else. But it's probably what it's gonna end up being, because that seems to make the most logical sense, is to get something up so that the ratchet strap has something to pin itself against. I just can't get any movement, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that, just make sure that that's gonna work even up to the final torque spec, which is I'm more worried about, because I know how much arm strength it takes just to get all around this entire motor, doing, I think it's like the 45 or 55 foot-pounds on those heads. It requires a lot of torque in order to keep those heads properly crushed down on those gaskets, which is the biggest difference between your original gaskets and these gaskets, is that it takes so much force to make sure that they don't make a compression difference of what your motor should be at, all right? But for now, guys, that'll rise me in this one. I'll greatly appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those who've already subscribed, thank you, and as always, stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.